Hey guys, I wanted to show you how I'm going to be mounting a pump in Xpert's Glowfall, which is an Antec 1200 with a bottom mount power supply. And we're going to be using one of my radiator mount kits, which I've got in metric and standard, and we're going to be using that's to mount this radiator, which will be the second part of this video. And we're going to take a pair of these babies here, about the same, and this replaces the stock pump mount on the SwiftTech. What you do is you take out these screws and you mount this so it goes around the pump like this. And give me just a second here and we'll show you how to mark the case carefully so you don't make any mistakes and you have a clean installation. When you're using these pump brackets that I came up with, you can reuse the screws that come with the pump. The tools you'll need to do this will be, obviously you'll need a drill to drill some holes, or you can use Velcro strips and adhere the pump to the case with Velcro strips. The pump mounts that I make have anti-vibration grommets with special shouldered screws and washers to compress it just the right amount so you can't over tighten it, and you get it right every time. And we just make some holes in the case here. First I want to get the pump mounted, show you how that works. This is what you do. Now I'll show you the mounting procedure in the next little part here. You take these out basically and you mark through them using either a very sharp pencil or you can use something to prick it with like a nail or whatever. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay guys, I gotta give you just a shot of this. Put a little blue tape down, put the power supply in there so I could see where I'm at, what I want. Okay, and then what you want to do is mark the sides of the bracket legs, which is no big deal. You can usually get in there with a pen, right? Got your legs looking the way you want, and just put the bracket leg side in there best you can. Reach around there, try and get a couple marks. And what you're looking for really is where you're going to want your hole to make it go where you want. This case has a little ridge right there. So what I want to do is get my holes lined up so that this is pretty much on the edge of the power supply here, but the grommet's still on the same level as the other leg. Okay, we'll get into the drilling of that in 1 second. Okay, now we've got the brackets in there by themselves. We kind of know where they are because of the line we made just a second ago. And I just want to get nice and close so you can see what it is I'm doing. Use something sharp and pointy or a very sharpened pencil. Okay, get the bracket right where you want it using your little marks you made as best you can. Get it lined up so it's parallel to the power supply. Looks nice and even. Okay. You're going to reach in there and you're going to make a point mark down into the metal. Push as hard as you can. A lot of different ways to do this. If you're using a pencil, just rotate it, spin it. It'll make your little dot. Okay. Okay. And I've got two tiny little marks which I'll just barely be able to see. One. Okay. We'll put this back over here where we want it. Okay. So I'm up on the ledge almost, but I want to leave enough room for that grommet. Keep it over as far as possible. grommets allow for a little bit of play, so if you don't get it exactly perfectly right, it's going to be okay. Okay, we'll get into the drilling on that now that we've got the marking. I'm just going to show you how I like to drill the hole. I use a very small drill bit to get the hole, to find it. Favorite drill in the world is the Panasonic cordless. I made my little tiny prick marks, which I'll be able to feel with the tip of my drill. Got a little piece of wood under here so I don't go into my nice blankie, my nice blue blankie. When you're using a tiny little drill bit, just take your time and let it just chowder away at its own rate. You don't want to push too hard, you'll flex it and break it. I wouldn't do this with your motherboard in there. There's just too many little chips of metal and stuff. Make sure you got almost everything out. Now I'm going to use a step bit, which makes a relatively clean hole. And it won't jump around because I got my nice tiny little hole. It's going to tell me where to go. Okay, these grommets are 3 steps, so just bump, bump, bump. Okay, and that's it. What I like to do is as I vacuum it before I move the case or anything, I jump in there with the vacuum real quick. You can also use more blue tape on your hand to pick up the metal too if you don't have a vacuum right handy. And now what I do is I lay the case over. I want to make sure I'm not laying it on anything. There we go. Okay. And see the holes are a bit on the ragged side. The way to clean it up is to use this way, just like a counter. Take all those little chips out, saves you filing. Preps the edge. It's now ready for grommets. Okay, and you basically just pop the grommets in, which is no big deal. Get them in there. It's getting there. Okay, and these are little shoulder screws. Use a washer, shoulder screw, push it through, and all the holes. It's a nice little system. It's not entirely just a get one of them started, come down and get the other one. You want to hold your screw in place so you don't push it out. I've done that before. Once you get them both started, tighten it as tight as it'll go. It's only going to go so tight, and that's it, because it's a shoulder on it. And here we go, another one. And you can see your handiwork. Okay? What you do is you get your pump in there. Obviously, you're going to want to put the screws in on the other side, either with a stubby or right angle, or you could just take the mount off now that you've got it all nicely located. But I think you get the idea. So you got a nice sturdy pump mount. Anti-vibration, won't transmit sound to the case. There you have it. I'm going to give you guys another good look at it here. Power supply in place and everything, so you can really see the beauty of this design. It gives you clearance for your plugs. Okay.